you on the issue of infrastructure. Between your ministries and several of your colleagues' ministries, some of the big ticket infrastructure that is being built, and you obviously helped the Awas Yojana as well, there are like 75 lakh homes that have been already completed. But on the issue of big ticket infrastructure, the second term of the Modi government seems to be acing that department. My question,
what?
Acing that department. There's a lot of big ticket infrastructure coming up across the country, airports, etc., highways, and the government seems to be doing a fabulous job on that. Even the critics would accept. But my question is this. Recent election results from states show that people are also looking for an immediate gain
You mean the reveries?
Well, that's the term you use.
I don't use it. I mean, you use it.
The Prime Minister has used the word reverie.
Okay.
You can call them freebies. But my question to you is, and seriously, Minister, public also wants an immediate gain and not just long-term development that, let's say, the Modi government may be doing. Is the BJP prepared politically to cut that so-called freebie advantage by that the opposition or the guarantees model of the opposition? How are you going to do that?
Now, anybody who's watching this exchange would say that you have a very subdued, very quiet minister who's responding to a barrage of strong questioning. So let me start by puncturing a few holes in your questioning itself. Short term, medium term, long term. No matter which way you look at it, the Modi government's track record in the last 9 years has been a win-win for the country. Let me start with some basic things. The entire spend on the urban rejuvenation in the 10 years from 2004 and 14 was 1,57,000 crores. I'm not going into, you're saying big project, small project, small. Let me give you the overall picture. In the urban spend, 1,57,000 crores over a 10-year period. Along comes Mr. Modi in May 2014. Our schemes were conceptualized and implemented from June 2015. Madam, from June 2015, which was 8 years ago, almost exactly, the expenditure today is over 18 lakh crores. There's 1,57,000 crores, then there is 8. Now, short-term, what is short term? The Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, don't take just the urban, take the rural also.
Sure.
Total is what, 3 crore homes?
Yes.
3 crore homes have been sanctioned. Now, if you come to the urban part, 1 crore 12 lakhs have been sanctioned and grounded. Or 1 crore 9 lakh have been grounded. And 75 lakhs, that's the figure that you've given, madam, they have been given to the beneficiaries.
Handed over, yes.
So 75 lakh guys who are households who've got it, it's not a promissory note. It is actually they moved in. The Prime Minister has handed over keys or the Chief Minister has handed over keys. Then you look at all the other schemes of the Modi government. All right. Look, I am not trying to say, now just because you completed most of your work in the first term or before this thing, look, I've had the privilege of being a civil aviation minister, right? Many of these airports you're talking about, which are now Jewar is going to come in, that is done in my time. So it's a development on all fronts simultaneously. So what Mr. Modi has demonstrated, and I say this with a great deal of satisfaction and confidence, that good governance means the delivery of goods and services to your people, to the beneficiaries, is also good politics. Therefore, that good governance is helping result in impact in the political system. Now, if you take 1 or 2 elections out of context, now let me tell you.
For example, free water, free electricity promises, stipends monthly.
Look, there will always be an attempt to say, isko free kar do. I saw an ad in a Delhi newspaper, I think it was an English language paper, full page, that henceforth in Punjab you will have 0 bills on electricity. All right? Fair enough. I think there comes a time when people have to make that determination. First of all, the ability to comply. We had an election in a state government recently and said we are going to make bus rides free, I think for women to start with, I don't know. Then when they got in, there was a conductor. They threw the conductor out. He said, "Agar ticket nahi hai, what are you doing here?" Then one lady's arm got chopped off. and other things are happening. So look, the line of division between responsible political discourse and what I call a lumpen, irresponsible, we'll make this free, we'll make that free. Yes, if you're generating the resources, you have the ability to divert. But if you're running a large debt, like in Punjab, I think it was 3,81,000 crores when we had the last election, it would be a multiplier of that. Including in the southern states, they're running. So what do you want to do? You want a Sri Lanka kind of situation?
No, the question is not what I want to do.
No, we're going to win the election.
It is working with
oh, yeah, it's going to work. There's a difference in the dynamic between a state assembly election and a national election. It's happened when I was writing my second book. I remember it was after the victories of the opposition party in two of the states. And I had written that the BJP is heading for a very substantive improvement on the 2014 results. And my publisher sent me a note saying that, sir, would you like to revisit your conclusions on the state assembly results? And I said, thank you very much for drawing my attention. It had crossed my mind. And please allow me to write an extended introduction, which I said, this will result in our crossing 300. So, issue is, yes, there will be attempts to forge unity. You have some meeting taking place, I think, in one of the southern states.
Yes.
Next time they'll hopefully go to Himachal, if the rainwaters allow them there and the hospitality is extended. Look, there are fault lines in people. I'm not criticizing them. But, say, we are going to come together with one purpose, which is what? We must ensure that X does not get elected. Is that a plank on which you will go and face the people? When you come before the people, yes, you can say we will make everything free. Everything. From food, electricity, transport, everything. That's a political plank. But the place where they're holding a meeting, they should do some serious introspection even in that city. And I'm very familiar with that city, where what are those promises which were made? How have they been delivered? In Punjab, they said any person who's got an educational qualification beyond a point, 1,000 rupees mahina for every bitya in the house, or somebody who's got a degree but doesn't have a job. Now, these are very easy things to talk about. And I think at the end of the day, they start tripping up. But I'm making the submission to you, good governance is equal to good politics, is what Modi ji and the BJP have consistently demonstrated. That will work. So
good economics is also good politics, you're saying. That's what Narendra Modi government has shown.
No. Good governance means what? You have to make sure that goods and services are delivered to people. I mean, you have very famous people who've been finance minister. They sometimes get up and make all kinds of statements. I read one by the other day. He said, "Ye Swachh Bharat mission hai, kya hai?" So I told my people, take it as a challenge. Find out what this is. And they did. It was somebody's private land. So I said, don't get overawed. When these missions started, people said, "Arey bhai, swachhta kya hua?" Today, the fear of losing your third-party verification on being ODF, open defecation free, is, believe me, Shivani, a real thing for people. When the Swachhta Sarvekshan takes place, I have ministers of state governments calling me, "Sir, isme weightage kam hai, isme thoda dekh lijiye," which means they care for it. It's the public and a evaluation system which is writing your, what is it called, an annual confidential report on how clean or, correct you've been on that.
Okay, so you've taken the